Oh, these fucking pants. Honestly, 10 quid they cost, about £7.50 up my arse. Climb up, wankers. Anyway, I spoken. Ken Dodd used to say, always start with a joke. So he goes, when horses go when they get ill, they go to hospital. Hey. No, I'm just joking, I get shot. What's the difference between a lentil and a chickpea? I've never paid £100 to have a lentil on my face. Nice to be back. Nice to be back. I love this place. It's a good place. Everyone's all sitting in the audience shitting ourselves, trying to remember the fact that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. I want to say that. Fear and spiders. No, I'm sorry, spiders can fucking jog on. Okay, no, I don't care how big they are, right? They can be anywhere from yay big to who gives a fuck size. I'll tell you what it was, a massive spider, right? Last night, my bath. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a nice person, right? I spent quite a lot of time out in Australia, so I know how to deal with these things. So I got a little bit of tissue paper, right? And very, very carefully, burn the house down. You see, so I don't know what the spiders are like down here. I'm from Watford, right? And the spiders around there are fucking nutters. Yes, and thank you for that. The person that laughed when I said I'm from Watford. I will have you know, Watford is a classy place. It is. We've got the Waterstones now. Hey. Yeah, waste of fucking time that is. Now, anyone from Watford tells you they're well read. Normally it means about in the Sun Zoo lot. We got 3, count them, 3 pound shops. The last one over last weekend, big fucking signs everywhere. Everything £1. I thought, brilliant, I'll have one of them jackets. Cost me 30 quid. How the money's that? See, this is why I'm not an accountant. Because I'm shit with money and I'm even worse with numbers. If I had 50p for every single time I failed a maths test, I'd have about £7.20 by now. Everyone's worried about money. I'm not worried about money. I don't need money. I don't. The people I owe the money to need the money. What am I going to do with it? I have worked it out that if I carry on saving the way I'm going, I can retire when I'm 62 and I'll be able to live comfortably for 20, maybe 25 minutes. That's why I know, isn't it? Might say one of my livers. You're only 3 here. But that's the thing about money, so there's always too much or too little. Who's got too little money? Everybody. Right? Pretty much everybody on the planet. Who's got too much money? Well, let's pick on an easy target, shall we? Donald Trump. Yeah. Donald Trump, yes, now that's a Mexican wave. Yes. Donald Trump, there's a man who could use an inoperable tube at the base of his spine. Deeply unpleasant man. He was in England recently, of course, you might have noticed. And he met the Queen. He stood in front of the Queen and waited her to go around him. I'll tell you what, if I was her bodyguard, I'd have fucking shot him. He said, now look, he said, it's not fair. It's unfair. All the Arabs, they got a kingdom, you've got a kingdom. How come I ain't got one? So from now on, my country is going to be known as the Kingdom of America. And the Queen said, well, I'm afraid you can't do that, Mr. John, because you're not a king. Oh, right. Well, in that case, we'll become the Principality of America. Huh? And she said, well, I'm afraid you can't do that either, because you're not a prince. Oh, well, what do I do? Prince Philip comes over. Why don't you just continue being a country? There's no magic money tree, says Mrs. May. Oh, really? Really? Okay, so what? So we can afford to give £2 billion to the DUP, but we can't afford to give our nurses and firefighters decent pay rise. We can afford £24 million to provide security for a wedding, but we can't afford £5,000 to provide fireproof fire cladding for a cloud block. We can afford, and frankly, eye-watering £31 billion to renew the complete waste of time and money, which is Trident. And yet the responsibility of building homes and schools for the poorest people on our planet falls to charity donations. No. In a word, fuck that. No, if we can afford to bomb, maim, torture and kill, then we can also afford to feed, clothe, house and educate.
Yeah.
One last thing, and I'm done. My boss. I'm actually very lucky, I like my boss, we get on very well. And I kind of find him quite inspiring, some of the things he comes out with. The other day, he turned up at work in this brand new Lamborghini. And I said, oh, right, that's a nice car, man. He said, yeah, Dom, he put his hand on my shoulder. You know what he said? He said, Dom, look, if you put in all the hours, you work hard, put in all the hours, hit your targets, achieve your goals, I'll get another one next year. Don't put it in dream, put it in a plan.
I'm a dream! Time all the drinks! It's hard to pay someone off in that, go down that line. I think everyone deserves free healthcare and to be taken care of. Fucking play madness, get that off. Gonna buy a drink.